Travis, after 5 months down in Arizona, it's back into Selkirk, Manitoba, and isolation. I understand you're getting close to your conclusion in that, but welcome back to Canada. How was the winter for you as we all look forward to golf season here north of the border?
Yeah. No, thank you. Thank you for having me. Yeah, a couple more days left in isolation. Can't wait to get out. But yeah, winter was great. I was down in Tucson, Arizona, back where I went to school, living with my old roommate. So it was awesome. Got to play a lot of golf, practice every day, play a good tournament schedule. So it was a good winter.
Before we move on to golf, the isolation, your dad has quite the backdrop for you there.
Oh yeah. I'm locked I'm locked in the little man cave here for 2 weeks. So excuse me. They just bring me food, bring me water. I just sit over here and do my thing. So, but yeah, as you could see, he's a diehard Bruin fan, and there's much more where this came from. The whole room is just covered. So
Before we move ahead to summer, let's go back to the last 5, 6 months and tell us what it's like, because you were able to turn pro in 2019. We saw you play at the Manitoba Open. It was then the Players Cup, of course, at Southwood, and we're still waiting to find out what's going on with the Mackenzie Tour. But for a player like yourself down in the United States, what was the goal for you?
just continue improving. It's very cliche, but just get a little bit better every day. Try to get every aspect of my game better, and especially mentally. It's just getting more comfortable playing with big names in tournaments, getting more comfortable getting near the lead, playing good golf. It's just learning every day, pretty much.
You've had a chance to play in a number of different events, going back to when you were a junior champion here playing for Golf Manitoba to now having a chance to play with some pro guys. What's that road been like for you? And have you looked back at it all, or are you right now just in the zone of everything forward?
No, I've definitely looked back at it a lot and very grateful for every opportunity that I ever had. I've got to, even with Golf Manitoba, I got to go some really cool places, and just growing up here. And yeah, like, it's actually pretty surreal sometimes how a kid from Selkirk can kind of take himself all over the world just with a little game. So, but yeah, it's definitely something I've looked back on a ton and very grateful for. But now I'm where I'm at now, trying to stay in the present and just, yeah, get better every day and enjoy the ride and try to make it as far as I can.
Tell me a little bit about time in Arizona and how so what's a day, I guess, like? Like, you have a chance to be a professional golfer. You mentioned the fact that you're comfortable from your college days down there in the Tucson region, but how do you go through the day to try and take advantage of as much time as you could down there?
Yeah, so I mean, a typical just practice everyday day for me down in Tucson is, wake up around 7 a.m., go downstairs, have my coffee, go to the gym for hour and a half, come back, make breakfast, get ready, straight to the golf course and practice and play golf all day long. Just usually 10 a.m. to dark, basically, and then come home, make dinner, relax, do it all over again. That's
Can
it.
you practice on the range that long, or is it onto the course? Is it a little bit of both? Do you mix it up? How do you approach that?
Oh yeah, mix it up all the time. It really depends what part of the game needs a little work. If so, I mean, what time the tee time is today, who we're playing with, if we got money games going. But I'd say like a standard day for me is I hit balls for about 30 to 45 minutes. I don't really like hitting golf balls. I like playing golf more. I just get too stuck on the range. But then I'll chip for an hour, putt for an hour, just work on fundamentals and get everything. And then I like playing golf. So I go out there and I usually play 27 holes a day, usually just trying to score as best I can, hit different shots, just everything you can imagine. So
27 holes in the heat, that'll test your physical endurance a little bit too, won't it?
oh yeah, we get carts most of the time though on practice days, so it's not that bad. And in the winter in like Tucson, it's a little colder than it is in Phoenix, so it's nice. We get a lot of days in the winter between 10 and 20 degrees, so it's super nice being out there in the cloud cover and wearing a sweater and pants. It's great.
So right now you're what we are hoping for here around Manitoba with the weather to warm up a little bit. We do joke about the physical side of it though, but it is no joke on, let's go to the big guys. Let's go to the PGA Tour. And you watch what those successful athletes are able to do. How much has that side of the game really grown since you've jumped in full feet here and really tried to take this thing to the next level?
Yeah, absolutely. Like it's a massive part of the game now. It's something, if you're not doing it, you're just losing a stroke basically to every other player that's teeing it up. Right. So it's something something I've really been focusing on the last 2 to 3 years for sure, is just basically like injury prevention, flexibility, just being able to get in all the right spots in my golf swing and make it as efficient as possible. So it's something that is growing and seems to continue to be growing. So, but like you said, I guess it's been around long enough, whereas like my whole golf career, I've kind of revolved around that. Like ever since I started working with Golf Manitoba when I was 14, 15 years old, we've been in the gym at Sport Manitoba there. So it's something that has been around for a while and just keeps on trucking, I guess.
Your time in Arizona during the winter, tell me a little bit about the Outlaw Tour, because it's something we're starting to hear more on. I know players know exactly what it's all about, but for you to get your kind of taste of it a little bit more consistently this year, what was that chance like for you? And who were some of the players that you had a chance to rub some shoulders with?
Yeah, the Outlaw Tour. The Outlaw Tour is awesome. It's a mini tour based in the Phoenix, Scottsdale area. So we get to play a lot of cool little golf courses, some great, some not so great. So it's a good little mixture you get. But yeah, it's nice. It's kind of a small knit community down there, so you get to know everybody pretty well. But yeah, some of the guys that play are like Max Homa, Joel Damon, Charlie Belgian, guys that have won on the PGA Tour, and they base themselves in Scottsdale, so they play there on their off weeks, and it's cool to see those guys around and talk to them and learn from them.
Moving forward now, back here into Selkirk, and when you come out of your quarantine, what's the plan for you? How are you approaching now the summer of 2021 here in Manitoba?
Yeah, so it's kind of, unfortunately, it's still kind of a toss up right now with what's going to happen with events and the borders and whatnot. And I'm hearing some things about another Canada Life series that might be happening in Canada. So ideally that happens and I get those to play and hopefully be able to cross the border at some point to play a few state opens and Dakota's Tour events as well. But if not, in the fall, I'm going to head over to Europe and do European Tour qualifying school. So that's the game plan.
Following the footsteps of Aaron Cockerill a little bit. We've all been watching, and he's been pretty busy as of late, most recently playing this last weekend in Spain.
Yeah, absolutely. AC is somebody I've always looked up to. You know, he's about 5-6 years older than me. So when I was just coming on the scene, he was the top junior in the province, and it was somebody I always looked up to. And I'm fortunate enough to be pretty good friends with him. We still play all the time in the summer when he's home. We'll reach out and get a few games in for sure. But
who wins?
Yeah. I've beat him a couple times. We haven't played that much, but I mean our battles are usually even. I know my game's right there, and I'm able to compete with those guys day in and day out. So, yeah.
Travis, before we let you go, just maybe take us down memory lane a little bit as we all look forward here with Golf Manitoba to the upcoming season, and the Match Play Championship will kick off the tournament year for 2021. You won the juniors a couple times. You were able to win the amateur. What are some of those memories that really stand out for you and for those that want to get involved with some of the events here in the province?
Yeah, I mean, those are some of my best memories, honestly. You know, it seemed like it was kind of like a stepping stool the whole time. It was when I first came on the scene, the only thing I ever wanted to do was win that Manitoba Junior, and I was lucky enough to get it twice. And then after doing that, I wanted to win the Match Play and the Manitoba Amateur. And sure enough, I ended up winning both of those back to back in 2016 and 2017. So they're unbelievable. And the pathways that playing in these tournaments can lead you to is phenomenal. So it's something I look back on. I'm very grateful that I got the opportunity to play and win those events. And it kind of changed my outlook on golf, I guess, or my pathway.
Travis, appreciate the time as always. We'll stay in touch and hopefully we'll get out on the course one day soon too.
Oh, absolutely. We better tee it up soon. I'm hoping for it.
You bet. Take care. Thanks again.
All right. Thank you very much.